Right, no nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live from Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, March 6th. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, good morning, man.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Lots of stuff to get to this morning, including tons of giveaways. Your first opportunity, or today's opportunity to win those tickets for Offspring before they go on sale this Friday, is going to be in a 7 o'clock hour, so keep listening for that. Plus, we have a $50 gift certificate for Whiskey Del Bac that we're giving away, tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, and I am going to play new music from Volbeat.
Oh,
Volbeat.
nice.
Yeah, in a 7 o'clock hour. So I have a debut of that. We played new music from Ghost yesterday. You know, so we got updated news on the new Ghost because, you know, every album cycle, they kind of reimagine themselves.
One of my favorite things about the band.
Yeah, they're
Keeps it fresh.
They're great. Honestly, I mean, I was late to the Ghost party, the bandwagon, if you will, and I saw them at TCC, and 10 out of 10 of a show. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen.
They're amazing, man. They're very great showmen.
Yeah. Yeah, even the girl that, my girlfriend at the time, that was very much into different types of music and stuff, went in begrudgingly, came out like a lifelong Ghost fan. Yeah. So, which actually made me not like Ghost as much, but it is what it is. We have so much to get to, including top news stories. Now, I want to blow your mind real quick, Emil, because I feel like this story, which gained nationwide attention, kind of like went under your radar because you're too busy, you know, being a dad and, you know, having a young toddler. But about a year and a half ago, a mystery happened in Kansas City, Missouri, as a bunch of Chiefs fans were watching the game and one Sunday afternoon, as you would. And then they were partying it up. And then they never came home. And so, like, obviously their wives were, you know, kind of concerned, upset.
Right.
The next day, they're calling up the dude's house that they went over to party. He's not answering. A full day later, right? So it's almost like 48 hours after they're missing. They're like, you know what? Something's up. Their cars are parked outside of this dude's house. You need to search the house. That's when authorities arrived and found 3 dead men frozen in the backyard.
Jeez.
Just sitting in lounge
Just frozen,
chairs.
huh?
Just frozen because it was Kansas City. It was snowing.
Yeah.
You know? And then the homeowner and their friend was inside, all bundled up, dope sick, if you will. And they're like, hey, man, we've been trying to call you. Your 3 friends that you were hanging out with are dead in the backyard. And he's like, what? Oh, sorry, I was sleeping with my headphones on and didn't look at my phone for 48 hours.
For 2 days.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse.
That was his excuse. And it was an excuse that kind of kept him out of jail for quite some time. He was a very successful scientist of some sort. But a very weird case. And these 3 victims were discovered on January 9th, 2024. And the Jordan Willis was the friend who was sitting in the house. Well, autopsies revealed that these men have died from a combined toxicity of fentanyl and cocaine.
Okay, I was wondering.
Many were suspecting this immediately.
Yeah.
I looked at a picture of the guys, which you can see here on the stream, Emil. I'm like, these are guys that are obviously just hardworking, regular dudes. Look like dudes that we could hang out with, right?
Totally, yeah.
But also guys that probably know the smell of cocaine. Like, these are guys that party. So, yeah, they're watching football, they're eating wings, and then they probably got super drunk and said to one of their buddies, like, hey, you know a guy?
Yeah.
And then one of the guys is like, yeah, I know a guy. Let me get this guy over here. Well, that guy was arrested yesterday as well.
Good.
Yes. So now there's 2 people that had charges filed against them. Jordan Willis, and that's the scientist homeowner who, was very suspicious and not answering his phone for 2 full days. And Ivory Carson. They have each been charged with 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of delivery of a controlled substance. And the evidence is that investigators found bags containing cocaine and fentanyl at Willis's residence with DNA evidence linking Willis to the cocaine and Carson to the fentanyl.
Wow.
Yeah, which is...
What?
Yeah.
So one of them had the coke and the other one brought the Fentanyl?
Yeah,
Like, so he's like, hey, I got some fentanyl. Let's just do this.
So weird,
That's great.
like a weird mix, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
some guy's cutting up the coke, and the other guy's like, "Yeah, I can make that coke stronger." I mean, this is just another example of you can't even party these days. It's too dangerous,
Dude,
right?
it's scary, right?
Yeah. Uh huh.
But like, why even bring fentanyl? It's like, who does this stuff without thinking like, hey, this is a good idea?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And and these charges should be pressed against anyone
Yeah,
who
yeah.
is knowingly selling fentanyl to unknowing participants. Unknowing participants is the most important part of this factor because they're just gonna ingest what they would normally ingest, not knowing that this could be the last time they ingest anything.
Very trusting.
Yes.
They're friends.
Yeah.
So wow.
I know. They were all partying in the backyard. And the thing is, just imagine what Jordan Willis was going through his head because he was ghosting out on his, all his phone calls, and his phone was blowing up. You're talking 3 wives, and these are like basically friends of like 20 years.
Yeah.
These guys known each other since like high school. They were football buddies. This wasn't a routine that they would get together and they would just get wrecked on Sundays watching the Chiefs, saying "Go Chiefs." And they would party. And most of the times, the worst case scenario is they would wake up the next day hungover as hell.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a far worse scenario played out when 3 of them didn't wake up at all. And then so Jordan Willis, the guy who hooked it up and also linked up with the fentanyl dealer, probably did. Brand new music for Lincoln Park, Heavy as the Crown. We're sticking with the theme of new music here in the 9 o'clock hour because I have new music from Volbeat. I debuted in the 7 o'clock hour. I'm going to re-debut again here in just a couple seconds. I am joined on the podcast broadcast, a very special group. They are all part of Whiskey Del Bac. We got owner and founder Steven. We have Mark, the distiller, and Jana from Marana, all in studio. We're going to be talking about whiskey tastings and give you an opportunity to win a $50 gift certificate to Whiskey Del Bac so you could join one of their legendary tastings. So all that more coming up on the podcast broadcast, and we'll be back with them right after this new music from Volbeat. But you could join us, youtube.com/bevegan. This song is called By a Monster Hand on Rock 102.1. Clear. All right, that's our tease. And welcome. Jana from Marana. That's what I call her because Jana won a while back. And she branded herself well when she won tickets. And she's like, it's Jana from Marana. And then I didn't even realize, because I never forgot Jana from Marana, because as you don't, right? Yeah. If you have a rhyming in there, just automatically just sticks in your subconscious forever. And then we did the whiskey tour and tasting, and it took me like a minute to put 2 and 2 together. And I was like, wait a second, you're Jana from Marana? Kind of starstruck there.
The one and only.
Yeah. Did you know that you were working with Jana from Marana? That you hired Jana from Marana?
I did.
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Even the other day, we were had somebody in the distillery, and they mentioned that their mother's name was Jana, and I was like, oh my gosh, how do they spell it? 1 N or 2?
Yeah.
And he said 2. And then Stephen goes, was her last name Marana?
I love it. Now, Mark, have I met you before?
We may have met when you came through the distillery.
Okay, and did the whole tour, which was
Yes.
super cool too,
Yeah, I
by the
can
way.
imagine.
Yeah, so we all got to do it a while back. You weren't with us, Emil, but to see the whole process and the barrels and aging. So you're a distiller. So I assume that. And I was
Yes.
correct in that assumption?
Correct. Master distiller and blender.
Ooh, master distiller, yes. See, I could see it. I could see you came in with some expertise going on. What got you into distilling?
I fell into it, honestly. Lifetime ago, I was a journalist. Did newspapers, did radio.
Okay.
Left to do PR and marketing. Did what a lot of PR and marketing people do and drank a lot. And my wife and I ran a small bar program that was focused around craft spirits, craft cocktails. And in my hometown, where we were at the time, 3 farmers decided they were going to open a distillery. Reached out to me. They're like, hey, you know booze. Do you have any interest? And so I walked away from PR and marketing and started making whiskey and never looked back. That was 9 years ago now.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's an American industry as well. It's kind of similar to Steven's story, right? Because you started, Whiskey Del Bac basically as a passion project with your wife. And talking about the mesquite flavors and how you don't necessarily come across whiskey that has that Sonoran mesquite style, and so you started making your own, and it just kind of grew into a company that you never expected on owning, right?
I did not. I was just naive enough to think I might try to do this, and didn't know anything, and I'm kind of. There were a lot of what I call pinch yourself moments where it actually started to taste good, and then the mesquite started to really resonate with people, and then I've always worked with a great team.
Yeah.
Good examples here.
Yeah, hire well.
Yep, hire well. Hire people that are smarter than you.
Yep.
That's a good.
That's what I do.
Yep. So yeah.
Did you?
I was gonna make a joke. Like, I'm just fooling the dude, to be honest.
I thought you were gonna wave at the camera. Like, that's me. But yeah, it's a beautiful story, and I love seeing that your brand popping up more and more places. It's everywhere, and it's good to see. So, and it's celebrated here too in Arizona because it really is an Arizona spirit. So let's talk more about that here on the air, and talk about what the tastings would offer if people go and get this $50 gift card. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, rejoined by the crew from Whiskey Del Bac. Now, starting tomorrow, our Half Price Friday program returns again. For $25, you can get a $50 gift certificate to Whiskey Del Bac. And what does that get you? That's the whole purpose of the conversation today. Now, we went through the tour and tasting process, and it was a fascinating experience. And we were thinking to yourself the whole time, like Rico and I were thinking to ourselves as we're walking around, like, man, we need to get girlfriends because this would be a good date night as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So we walked out there a little, a little drunk, a little depressed that we didn't have girlfriends, but anxious to find someone to bring back for a tasting. And we got Mark, distiller, Jana from Marana, and founder Steven in studio with us. And you got 3 bottles right in front of you, Mark, including one that looks like, it's unlabeled, and that's always the fancy one. What is that you have in front of us?
So this is a whiskey that is not even out yet.
Nice.
So we have what we call our Distiller's Cut series. That is 3 releases a year. I always tell people making whiskey, it's not as glamorous as it seems when you're doing it. It's factory work. You make a mess, you clean it up, and you're really focused on consistency.
Yeah.
But you still want to stretch your legs. You want to be creative. That's what makes distilling amazing. It's this blend of art and science. And so the Distiller's Cut are that. And so we will do different barrel finishes, we'll do different malt profiles, different distilling techniques. And so this is our spring 2025 Distiller's Cut. As you can tell, because there's no label, this isn't even in a bottle yet.
Yes.
This comes out at the end of the month, March 29th. But I wanted to bring it in, give you guys a chance to sample it ahead of time.
Yes. No, I love drinking on the job. Now, I do. I'm looking at it, and it looks a little dark. Well, from this angle, it looks a little darker than your normal classic and, what is it?
Dorado.
Dorado, which is the mesquite flavor. So what makes this distinctive amongst those 3 bottles?
So it's a little bit older.
Okay.
We're going to be a little over 3 years on the oldest in the blend, 2 years on the youngest.
Yeah.
It has also been finished in 3 different casks. It's a Madeira finish, a tawny port finish, and an ex-bourbon barrel finish. And so both Madeira and tawny port are these very dark, kind of luxurious, almost red colors. And so with it being a little bit older, having a little bit more oak contact, and being in these finishing barrels, you get this absolutely stunning color on it. It is also cask strength. It's at 56.5%, 113 proof.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
Be a little careful
on that one. I like that. And what's great about this, with this $50 gift card that people could buy, right? They go in, they do the tour. You get to see the distilling process and the barrels and the way that you store the barrels and the different types of wood and the art and the science behind it is wildly, it's so fascinating. And then how you could bring and brew the distinctive flavors just from these barrels, and then reusing these barrels, and every reuse of the barrel adds in another texture and layer to it, right? So with say somebody picks up this $50 gift card, Jana, what can they get for that?
So you can use it for one of our tours. We have a lovely retail shop that they can come in, purchase some of our merch. We've got glassware, cocktail mixes, books.
Are
t-shirts.
bottles considered merch?
Bottles are considered whiskey,
Okay.
but those are also available to purchase. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can get some of the things like our Distiller's Cut only at the distillery. You can't find that anywhere else.
Right, because you're seeing Whiskey Del Bac pop up in more and more places, so it's pretty much available widely throughout the state.
As much as possible, yes.
Yeah.
If you can't find it, just tell the manager that you would like to have it there. We're distributed through RNDC, just so you know.
Yeah. So, and each year just growing like, leaps and bounds over the next, which has still got to be mind-blowing for you, Stephen, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, we're we're getting all kinds of accolades and high ratings, thanks to Mark now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're getting great press. We're invited to podcasts all the time. We're in trade magazines and travel magazines, and so yeah, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's great that it's so classically Sonoran and so classically Tucson too. So it's one of these feel-good stories of local business just growing and becoming a brand. It's right here in our very own backyard with people that live in our community, and also it's so distinctive with the flavors and the scents of the Sonoran Desert, which makes it unique on all its own.
Yeah, so it's really cool for us to be able to represent Tucson in this kind of quirky way.
Yeah,
because we are very much of the desert, and very often people will, taste especially our Dorado or any of the mesquited ones, and say, this tastes like Tucson.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, let's do a tasting of the special bottle. And again, let's talk about, Jana, so let's say for tastings, for people that want to make it like a date night or an experience, the process of that. So do they get the tour and then they get to sit down in the awesome bar that you have set up in there?
Yeah, so first you'd have to go book your time slot on our website. So we have tours throughout the day or throughout the week, but they are reservation only. So you go to our website, pick your day, pick your time. The tour itself, we walk you through the distillery, tell you all about our process, basically teach you how to go home and make your whiskey on your own.
Nice.
It takes about an
That's
hour.
very nice of you guys, too. You're like, I'm glad. Thank you for buying our whiskey. Now you can make your own if you want.
Don't
Cut
do
out
that.
the middleman.
See, the thing then afterwards, we sit you down and guide you through our spirits that we have there, predominantly our American single malts that we do make in-house.
Yeah.
And then you get to explore some of our special offerings, like our distiller's cuts or one of our global cask collections.
Yeah.
The
I
tour-
love that you guys always have like special blends that are only available there at your location. And so, and I know there's a lot of aficionados, so people take this seriously, right? So if you're a whiskey drinker, that's a lifestyle. And it's not something that you're just going to be like, I'll just get the normal old regular cheap jack or whatever. You go in for the stuff that you know is really good.
But at the same token, we always want to have people in who, maybe they're not as experienced with whiskey, but they want to learn more.
Yeah.
We try to make it as accessible and welcoming as possible because it can be intimidating getting into the whiskey scene.
Mm-hmm. What I like about the tastings too, you leave with a buzz. It's a feel good buzz too. It warms you up every time. And so basically they give you what's the best way to say it? Like a flight?
Yes.
Right. You get a flight. And of course you got water, cleanse the palate, right? And then you get a breakdown of what their distinct flavors and scents you are looking at. It's kind of like a wine tasting, but much stronger, right? And so and then you sip on that, you feel it, you kind of feel it course through your body, right? And you get a deeper appreciation for the craft that's behind it because it's made with love, right? Yeah, I'm not even selling it. I'm just telling you my experience. Dude. Like that's exactly how I felt. I was so glad that we were able to do this, and then we did it on a day where it was like right after the show at noon. So I mean, I could have passed out at any moment, but this was like the fuel of life for me. I kept going. Yeah, I kept going. Kept going. We have food too. It was so good. And so, how many different time slots do you have available for people to reserve a tasting at Whiskey Del Bac?
So our tasting room is actually open every single day of the week, beginning at 11 a.m. every day.
11 to 2 Monday and Tuesdays, and then 11 to 6 Wednesdays through Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
nice.
the only day we don't offer tours is going to be Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, gotta clean the warehouse and stuff.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah. You gotta do some house cleaning. I love it. Well, we have a $50 gift card that we want to give away right now. Now, Whiskey Del Bac is part of our Half Price Friday promotion starting tomorrow. For only $25, you can get a $50 gift certificate. And there you could utilize it any which way that we mentioned here during this interview. So the way that we're gonna give away this gift certificate is we'll ask a whiskey trivia question. So get out your Google machine real quick and see what's the question that you guys want to ask. Here, I got music for it. Here. I'm excited. What is the strength of this special blend, by the way?
That is 113 proof, so
Yeah, it is.
56.5% ABV.
Yeah, go straight to the head. All right. So what is that question?
The question of the day is, what is American single malt whiskey?
Google it and call 600-KFMA, 605-362. Ask that question again.
What is American single malt whiskey?
All right, first person with the correct answer is going to pick up our $50 gift certificate today. We will have another $50 gift certificate that we'll give away tomorrow morning before it officially goes on sale at KFMA.com. It is our half-price Friday deal, $25. I'll get you a $50 gift certificate to the delicious Whiskey Del Bac. And you must be 21 or older to play this game. So call now and good luck. We're going to hit the reset and be back with more right after this on Rock 1 2.1 and YouTube.com/beefvegan. All right, let's see if they're Googling and see if we can get.
That was really good.
That's a good question. See, I've already forgot the question several times already. Every time you ask, I'm like, cool, I'll take a sip. Oh, it's gone.
That's how great this stuff is.
Yeah, all right, let's go to the phones to see if we got an answer here. Rock 1 2.1, who is this?
Devin?
All right, Devin, with that, ask the question one more time.
What is American single malt whiskey?
What's the answer?
It's distilled with barley and greens in a copper distillery.
Is that a correct?
Copper, distilled in copper.
It's close.
Close but not right. Did you Google it? Or did you Google it wrong?
Also, what is a copper distillery?
I guess I Googled wrong.
Yeah, I feel like I'm glad that he added up or owned up to it a little bit.
Let's see. I'm going to answer line 2. If they can answer better than you, then you lost. We'll find out. Rock 1 2.1, who's this? Oh, they hung up. Okay, then you won. Oh, no. Sorry. I spoke too soon. You didn't win yet. Hold on a second. All right. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Hey, Taco.
All right, Taco. Do you have that answer?
Yeah, 100% barley whiskey made in America.
That's closer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's closer. Do you hear that, Devin? He said that's
I think we should
closer.
just keep going.
One more.
Yeah, we might keep going.
You'll find
All
somebody.
right, we'll keep going. Keep listening. You have a chance to call back. Google it correctly. All right, and you're close, Taco, but not close enough.
One more thing needs to be added to that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, yeah, to actually make it a good distilled whiskey. Got it. Single barrel. I forgot again. All right. Drink.
Single malt.
Single
I
malt.
think I know what it is too, but I'm just waiting to see if that perfect caller just.
Oh, you think you know?
feel
Well,
like I
you
have
want
a-
to try to snag it, huh? Technically, you're just a volunteer.
That
so
is true.
you're-
I'm not getting paid for this. Pay me in whiskey,
That's
bitch.
right. That's right. I actually still have. Do I still have a bottle here? Hidden. No, that's from Metallica. I won't show you that one. Yeah, I do. Okay, so he's calling back with the Google. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this? All
Taco.
right, give me the better answer.
It is American single malt whiskey is made with 100% malted barley distilled in the United States in oak barrels.
He read very well. Is that correct?
There is one key piece missing.
Oh my God! What is
so
the impossible
close.
question here? All right, if you know the impossible question, 600-KFMA, 605-362. Good luck. All right, well, Taco, yeah, swing and a miss. Try again. All right, I am going to play that back then, and
They need to come on a tour so they'll find out.
yeah, exactly.
Educate yourselves. Come on, guys.
I got this. All right.
Love the effort, though.
Yeah. A+ effort for sure. I was like, all you have to do is Google. The answer's right there. Should have went to ChatGPT. That would have helped. It'll teach you how to distill.
All right, does Google even know?
Google should know, unless they censor it, right? Which I don't think they do. I turn off safe search on my Google.
We all know, but beef.
Okay, all right.
We know why.
That's a special blend talking. All right, I'm playing it back here in 40 seconds, and then we'll get our winner here with the right answer. They're like, what is that key ingredient?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, it's right there. It's right there in the summary.
Yeah, that's right. So you Google
Right
it.
up
Yeah,
on Google,
yeah.
yeah.
They got lazy. They stopped reading the entire description. So that was their fault.
You got to put the work in, guys. Come on, at least just keep going.
Well, they had to get in line quick.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And people are so quick to give up too, just because the phone line's busy. Like, somebody must have gotten it, but
They're
no.
just reading, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not gonna get this. I'm not gonna get this."
All right, so about 10 seconds of playing back this phone call here. And yeah, so and you guys were involved with what, the Tucson food truck roundup at Casino del Sol? Or no, the vegan night market?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the vegan night market? Was that the first time you guys were out there? Or?
No, we were out there several times last year. And then we're going to be out there pretty much every single one this year.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I love what Hannah and Shane have been putting together and stuff. It's always fun. And you get some like great food there, and then you get some stuff where you're like, there was one time I tried. So one thing I will advise you to do is try to stay away from any like vegan Italian beef. You know, like I know, you're like, come on, just sometimes stick to the vegetables, bro. But of course, part of the fun is to see like how these chefs can recreate something that is so classically meat.
Yeah, so we were in the VIP area next to Chef Pablo Valencia and his wife Kathy from Scratching the Plate.
Okay.
And they were doing these jackfruit tacos with this lovely creme sauce that was used.
You know that's amazing. And jackfruit and tacos just works out really good, right? And so that is probably one of the best meat substitutes that's not fake meat, right? And so, yes, I'm a huge jackfruit proponent. What I'm not a proponent of is like a fungus that looks like it's in the Last of Us, right? So if you watch that show. So yeah, so I got this, and I'm with my daughter who is vegan, right? And I'm trying a couple places, right? I brought my dad down. It was his birthday. He's not vegan, but I'm like, you'll find something that tastes like me. And he got like a carne asada burrito or, a wink wink carne asada, and he loved it. And so I was trying something new because I'm an adventurous eater. And so I tried this Italian beef, and it was like the fungus, which
that makes it really appealing when you keep saying that.
I know.
And the fungus.
Technically, right, it's mushroom, but they called it fungus, and rightfully so, because it was like a bland yellow. It was thin sheeted, right? It literally looked like The Last of Us. And then they tried to like bunch it up so it has the consistency of an Italian beef. I never spit something out of my mouth quicker. I swear to you. It was the texture and the taste and everything. And they could have loaded up all the Gennaro peppers or whatever, all the spicy peppers. Like, give me extra peppers. Try to disguise the fact that this isn't an Italian beef. And, I'll give them credit for attempting it. Terrible execution. And I was so like, oh, man. So, yeah, you're going to take risks. So I guess if any advice I give to people trying like vegan night market is, stick to the stuff that is like always been exclusively vegan, right? You don't go for the things like, I really want a cheeseburger today. And even though they have good vegan cheeseburgers, I got a bunch of people calling now. All right, let's see. Let's go. I think it might be guys that got screwed over before. Let's see. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Hey, Taco.
All right, Taco. Try again.
It's it's made less than 700 liters.
What?
Oh yeah, have you been drinking whiskey this morning? Because you don't make sense whatsoever.
That is actually one of the rules.
That is one of the rules, but again, there is one key factor that makes it single malt.
Yes. You're not reading the entire Google description. Swing and a miss. All right, on to the next. Blame the whiskey. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Jim.
All right, Jim. Give me that answer. A definitive answer.
All right. Made from 100% malted barley. Distilled in a single distillery in the U.S.
There we go.
That's it.
We wanted that as the secret phrase. Single distillery. And there you go, Jim. You just won yourself a $50 gift certificate to Whiskey Del Bac. There you can get a bunch of merch. You can pick up some bottles or get one of their elusive whiskey tasting tours, which is a fantastic experience for you and a guest. So stay on the line. I'm going to get all your info, okay?
Right on. Thank you.
I think Taco needs to come over for a tour too.
Yes, I'll hook up Taco. Yeah, he tried so hard too, so I will share that.
Thank you, Taco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because that was all correct information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just the one key thing.
I know, and he's kicking himself right now. All right, so Jim, hold on a second. For everyone else on the stream, we're gonna play a clip from earlier this morning, and real quick, I'd like to thank all three of you, Mark, Steven, Jana. A pleasure as always. We'll do this again here soon. And I appreciate you jumping back on for Half Price Friday. It's always a good thing for our listeners.
Thanks
for having us on.
Of course. All right. Earlier this morning, we had Corbett's in studio. They got a big party happening this Saturday. In case you missed that information, it went a little something like this. Check it out. Back to Beef Vegan Presents. What were you asking, Emil? How was
the crawl, the craft beer crawl?
Yeah, the Tucson Foodie Craft Beer
Yeah.
Crawl was massive for downtown Tucson, and they had so many great vendors that were lined up. So we're just walking around. I got lots of steps in,
Nice.
drank lots of beer, and one of my favorite places that I stopped by that was literally jumping off the hook was Corbett's. And in studio, we got a very special guest. She's the marketing manager of Corbett's. We have Stephanie. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hello, good morning.
Did you work that as well? Were you there?
I was there mostly as a patron.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, participating and stuff, playing pickleball. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, Corbett's has been open for a couple years, but it is like the only place that is like a restaurant bar / pickleball facility. If you don't know what pickleball is, it's like fun tennis. It's like ping pong and tennis.
Fun tennis.
Yeah.
I love
Fun
that.
tennis, yes.
Yeah, tennis that won't like run you down and kick your ass. You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to be in top tier shape to be a good pickleball player. In
Right.
fact, I played my uncle, who's like in his 70s now. Over the Christmas, I played pickleball with him for like 2 hours. Now, I was beating him at first, right? But he had the long game, and he had better stamina than me. So towards the end, he just ran me down.
Oh, no.
But it was fun.
It is fun, though.
Before that, I didn't even necessarily know how to play pickleball.
Pickleball. That's the next
Sorry.
one. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, and I picked it up within minutes, and I played for hours. And that's what Corbett's has to offer, both indoor and outdoor courts,
Yes.
on top of all different type of promotions. So I have questions for you, Stephanie.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, before we get into different things that you guys are promoting for St. Patrick's Day, and of course March Madness is coming up. So with all your like setup there, it is the indoor-outdoor setup with tons of television screens where you can watch the game and bring big groups of people. What's the best advice to get like a pickleball court time? Do you have to like plan this out in advance? Because I know you have indoor courts and you have outdoor courts. And every time I go by, it's super busy. So all those courts are taken.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can reserve a court 2 weeks in advance.
Okay.
So if you're looking for like a prime weekend spot, I very much would be there trying to book on our website 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you're just free randomly on like a Tuesday at 2 p.m., you have a better chance of just
Right.
having an open availability day of, but
Yeah.
definitely recommend that. We also do have open play every Monday from 5 to 10, and that's where you don't have to book a court. You just go in, you pay like $12, and then you can just play.
You get in line and kind of play different people and
Yeah.
do doubles or whatever the case. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
From
so it'll
5
be
to 10.
doubles. From 5 to 10.
Now, have you been noticing people take it like super seriously? Like some people trying to go pro, like pro
I kind of wanted
pickleballers.
to ask that question too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, is there like a pickleball Pete that shows up every now and then? That's like, oh man, that's pickleball Pete. He's like the best.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? Yes and no. I do think that like we do have pickleball leagues that we just started, and we're going to continue to grow with it.
Yeah.
And those will start off with people who are kind of beginners but know the game up to advanced.
Okay.
And so we do have advanced players that play. I will say though, they do keep it humble with us because they're aware that they are at a bar essentially, right?
Yeah.
You know, so like how competitive can they really get?
Exactly. Like this is in Wimbledon, right?
Yeah.
You know, we
Chill out a little
serve
bit.
delicious chicken wings as well and pitchers of beer and different stuff like that. So, you know, we want people to have a good time. And honestly, it's just a great venue to introduce people
Exactly.
to this kind of like a sweeping culture that's like taken over the country.
It really
This-
has.
Yeah. Pickleball used to be like a joke that people would play in like senior citizens retirement communities.
Yeah.
And now it's like the go-to recreational sport. sport. It's like the new bowling. It really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so you can put together teams and leagues, and which is super fun to see. Corbett's kind of doing this and watching it evolve. But on top of that, it's just a beautiful setup. You guys took over like an entire block. You have indoor restaurant, large indoor outdoor bars, multiple bar setups. I think there's 2 outdoor bars technically. And then, of course, you have the indoor pickleball facility if it gets too hot outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the indoor pickleball court has 2 courts, and then the outdoor is 3. And then, the 2 bars. So the closest bar is outside, and then we just have like our main bar as well.
Yeah, I love that. All right, well, let's talk about this week. We got March Madness, right? This is March 7th. March Madness kicks off this weekend?
Yes,
okay.
on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes. So what do you have planned at Corbett's on Saturday? When do the festivities start, and what are some of the specials?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are working with Bud Light and a local distributor here that is going to do a mini hoops mania competition.
Nice.
That's starting at 1 p.m. I don't exactly know what that is, but I will be there, and I do want to try to participate.
Yes, bring your A game. It would be great if it was like a mini hoops, like 3-point contest and a mini hoops slam dunk contest.
Right?
Right? Like those kind of things. All right, let's get back on here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're keeping a party going. Random phone call time. No, they hung up. That's good. In studio, we got a very special guest. We have Michael and his beautiful wife. What's your wife's name, Michael?
Jerica.
Jerica. That's an interesting name, Jerica. Yeah. I know that you're not necessarily talking on the mic, but we could see you, and you brought tarantulas. So
We did, yeah. We have.
Why did you bring tarantulas? I know that you're in because you are promoting. You have a charity comedy show coming up for your animal rescue.
Yeah.
You rescue tarantulas like this?
So we rescue farm animals and exotic pets, yes, including tarantulas.
Bring it up so we can see it on the screen. This is freaky.
This is an Arizona blonde. They live up to 30 years.
Damn.
The females are obviously they're a lighter color, and then the males are a darker color.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so the blondes, do you keep them more attractive to the male species? They got to go blonde?
I guess so. I don't know. Usually the men are more attractive than the females.
Yeah, like peacocking.
Like
right?
peacocking,
yeah. Absolutely.
And then we brought another tarantula. This one's only a year old. It's a pink toe tarantula. And this one's actually going to get up to about 6 inches. She's only like maybe an inch now.
Emil, do you suffer from arachnophobia at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, because you do look nervous on here.
I'm really interested because I love creepy crawlies and stuff like this. And tarantulas, not so much. I did watch Arachnophobia about a month ago, and I hate that movie, but I watched it anyway.
In Arachnophobia, they pretty much villainize tarantulas because
really
those spiders, they obviously they looked like tarantulas, but they weren't tarantulas in the movie, right? Because they know that tarantulas look the scariest, but they're obviously not poisonous. And
what's cool about these tarantulas, so obviously the Arizona blondes are from here.
Okay.
And then the pink toads, they're all really friendly creatures, the ones that I brought.
Yeah.
Now, there are some really venomous, like dangerous tarantulas, and we don't have any of those. If we had to rescue them, they're really pretty. I mean, they have the blue color, purple color. Really pretty.
The prettier they are in nature, the more dangerous they're going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to go picking up if they're really colorful. You don't want to go pick those guys up.
Right.
That just works with everything.
Yeah. So how do you find them and rescue them? And then what do you do to do you repurpose them into their natural habitat or what?
So with our animal rescue, we just started out as a rescue, but now we're a rehabilitation, we're a sanctuary and education center. So we go to schools, we go to hospitals and different places and teach people about these animals. With the tarantulas, we use those for the educational parts. And then I make them appear in my magic shows out of fire.
I was about to say, too, because Michael's a magician, too. So you're ever at school and you're like, all right, you ready for a trick? See this tarantula? Boom, it's gone. All right, now check behind your ear. Oh!
We don't take the tarantulas to the schools. We take the cute furry rabbits and the doves and all that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because you would be scarring children left and right. Oh, it's not behind your ear yet? Check later, right before dinner. Oh!
Although that sounds like a blast. I should try that out.
I'm telling you, it's such a good setup for a joke. And you're like, no, I'm just kidding. I got it right here in my other hand.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And when animals come to us, sometimes they've just been passed on from person to person.
Yeah.
And what I learned is that they need to be there forever, which is why we added the sanctuary part of what we do to the cause.
Really? So they kind of always look for their forever home then? What do you mean they need to be there forever?
So animals, like humans, have feelings.
Okay.
And so they know, they know that they've been passed around. A lot of the ones we keep have had really bad medical issues.
Right.
I'm not a licensed vet, but like I've been trained by vets to take care of them myself.
Nice.
So that we make sure they get the proper care that they need to live out their life.
Right on.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. This is a passion project between you and your wife then that you guys started up how many years ago?
We love it. I started it in 2012.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, and then you came across Michael and his like heart of gold, saving all these critters in the desert, and then fell in love with them. Was that like a deciding factor where you're like, this guy's special? You don't have to answer. She's nodding her
just
head,
shaking
yes.
her head. Yes. The way we met is she's a professional dancer. She does ballet, and she became my magic assistant.
Nice.
Many years together, and then the rest is history. We fell in love. Been married for 3 years, almost 4.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, they're in studio because not only are they sharing this inspirational story, but they got a fun event coming up where they could entertain you and you could help them raise money to keep their sanctuary running properly and give all the resources that they need to make sure all these critters have a happy forever home. So we're going to break down what to expect for that event coming up next after music from Foo Fighters and keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. And that was part of that. So that's segment 1. And segment 2, I actually have the flyer as well. So you see all the, you'll see all the comedians and everything pop up.
We won't talk about everybody.
Nah, it's fine. He's got Christine on the bill as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was just wondering if there was something that I'm missing. I'm glad that I'm part of this now.
Normally, I don't promote too many of Christine's shows. You know.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yes. I'll bite my tongue as far as like, come out and see Christine do the same set she's been doing for the last 15 years. It's hilarious.
I told her just now that it was family friendly. And it was funny on their show, and she's like, "Oh, it's family friendly. I got to take all the f-bombs out."
Yeah,
but I did. She wouldn't have gone on and agreed if I had told her it was family friendly.
She has a clean
so.
set. She was just joking. I know. She has a clean set. You have to sometimes to do the corporate gigs. You know, you have to have a clean set or a way to get around it. So, yeah, I think all the greats, and not considering her one of them, but you know, they know how to kind of do both. When
Play
you're
both
trying
sides.
to, you have to. And we were talking to a comedian not too long ago. I forgot his name. He's pretty big. On YouTube and whatnot. And he did a show down here locally, but he was on that. I want to say it's like soap comedy. There's a YouTube series and an Instagram. You'll see reels of this where it's just all clean comics, right? Where they document that, and it's hugely viral and stuff. But the challenge, like the saying is, as a comedian, if you could kill clean, then you could kill. Right?
Makes sense,
Yeah, because it's so easy to emphasize a joke with an F-bomb.
Absolutely.
And that's going to garner a reaction. It's kind of like low-hanging fruit.
That's very true.
Yeah, so if you have a tight 15 all clean, then you could do an hour of dirty easy. Right?
I thought I was going to be like the next David Blaine when I was doing my first show, like David Copperfield. So I do like large illusions as well. I had a sheet fall from the stage. I appear underneath it.
Yeah.
And I appeared away from the audience instead of looking at the audience. Turned around, said some stuff. And then the whole show, people were laughing. And I realized I was a comedian without realizing that my awkwardness is kind of like I embrace my awkward personality now.
Yeah.
And I'm a comedy magician. That's why I do comedy magic.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to be David Blaine. That's okay.
It's all right.
He's awkward in his own distinct way,
He
but
is,
if you attempted to emulate that, then they immediately be like, no, it's David Blaine.
Yeah, you got to stand apart from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he for me kind of like patented the "is he the devil" shtick.
Yeah.
You know, when he first came out and the way that he delivers, so monotone, just like this guy's a demon.
Yeah, this is
Straight up
Antichrist.
demon. Yeah, his shit is okay. So as a magician, and you see some of like David Blaine's mind-blowing tricks, without revealing the tricks, are you like, oh, I know how he did this?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay,
all
good.
magic. It's
Okay,
all
good.
magic, except for
So he's not a demon?
No, except for when he does the actual ice pick through his hand.
Yeah, he just does that.
Just does that because he had things done. I can't say, but it was very expensive.
Oh, interesting.
And I was gonna do it. My mom's like, "I support you in that." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Mom." And then I was thinking, why would I do what David Blaine does? That's not original.
Exactly.
Decided
Right.
not to get that surgery. So.
Can you do that in other parts of the body?
If you get the surgery.
Yeah.
It's through your torso. One up them.
I call this the ice stick.
Oh.
Not good. Not good. I'm glad that you laughed, though. Thank you for that.
That's a good one. I
Yeah.
should try.
Well, I mean, it's an expensive surgery, that's for sure.
I want kids still, so we're not gonna try.
Yeah. All right. We're going to have more with Michael right after this. I want to set up what I thought was the best bar promotion that I've ever came across. And being a former bar promoter, myself and just a promoter. I was blown away by this, and I pitched this to Stephanie from Corbett's, who not only is the marketing manager for Corbett's, but she also works with the hub too. And I was like, this is legitimately going to blow your mind as well. And she didn't believe me until she saw it. And if you don't know what it is, well, you're in luck. Here it is. First cover is, check this out.
Arizona hates that we charge cover. So I was thinking about getting rid of it, but I figured I'd do one better. And I'd allow the customers to start charging us cover. Let me explain. Instead of us collecting $5 from customers at the bar or every time they walk in, we decided from 8 to 10, we wanted you to get there early. So from 8 to 10, if you get there that early, we're going to give you $5. It was so successful. Everybody wanted to take advantage of it. Even in a day that was terrible weather that day, we are going to do it again. So this Friday at Texas, Arizona, and we added a bar at my other bar, McSwiggins, down at First Street. If you come to the bar between the hours of 8 and 10 p.m., we're going to give you another $5 just to come in. It helps us. We get a nice little crowd early. It helps you guys. You guys get money to walk into a bar, which I've never heard of a bar doing in my life.
Right.
And so you win, I win. It's a great time. So this Friday, February 28th, you can get $5 richer from me personally.
There you go. Reverse cover. What do you think of the reverse cover idea?
I mean, I just have to say, you teased it so well, and I still couldn't have guessed that is exactly what he. I mean, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So they say basically it's like a happy hour, whatever, to only between 8 and 10 at this bar again, and that's not anywhere here yet. Wink, wink. That was my attempt to wink on the stream. Anyways, because it's such a brilliant idea, because you're going to give them money as soon as they walk in. And then what are they going to do with that money? They're going to go straight up to the bar, and they're going to spend it. So you're getting that money back. Now, in Arizona, you can't give out free drinks. It's illegal to do so. All right? So, you couldn't. There was a girl in the comments saying, at a bar, give 2 drink vouchers. That's illegal as well. So you couldn't say, hey, come here from 8 to 10. You're going to get 2 free drink vouchers. You just can't do that with a liquor license, but you can give people cash money and then do what you will with it, right? And so from 8 to 10, he was packing his bar, and then people just kept coming after that, because where was the party at? Right where, the reverse cover started things off.
Arizona, Texas.
Yep.
Arizona, Texas.
Yeah. So
my question is it they're giving like a $5 bill, or are they giving like a
$5 bill?
Okay.
Cash money. And not like funny money or nothing like that. They're literally going to the bank, getting crisp $5 bills. Now, of course, there might be some a-holes that go in, order a water, walk out. Oh, yeah, you just screwed the system, but you're going to mark them, right? Give them like a little X at the door that they've gotten their $5 and they've been paid the entry fee, so you don't double pay them. And, for the most part, 99% of the people that are going to walk through the door are going to go right to the bar, give that $5 back to you, and then keep on drinking. So the reverse cover is the smartest promotional idea that I've ever heard, and I would love to see it at Corbett someday. That's a soft pitch.
You just might.
Well, Stephanie, I appreciate you coming in, giving us the whole rundown of what's happening this weekend. And is there anything else that you could give us a heads up on before you take off this morning?
I mean, I will say that weekend too, it's $20 bucket specials for Bud Light themselves.
You should have started with
exactly,
that.
So heads up there.
$20 bucket specials, Bud Light, happening at Corbett's while you kick off the March Madness basketball games. Obviously, it's going to be basketball all day long with the most beautiful weather this time of year. So the indoor-outdoor pickleball facility is happening in Corbett's, which is on 6th and...
it's like 6th and 5th Ave, so it's just a block away from 5th Street and 6th.
There you go.
So it's just a block away from 4th Ave.
I love it. Check out their entire events calendar at Corbett'sTucson.com. We'll hit the reset and get ready for the podcast broadcast right after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Well, I got my peacock enclosure.
All right, we're back. Oh, you got a peacock enclosure?
I do. I got peacocks.
Yeah.
I love peacocks.
Yeah.
Those are cool, man.
Who doesn't love peacocks, even though sometimes they can be vicious, right?
Yeah, pretty much any peacock that we've taken has been pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah? We're back on the air, by the way. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm speaking with Michael, who has an animal safety sanctuary. And, he was talking about peacocks. Peacocks can, whenever you bring them in, they get super vicious. The men or the women? The beautiful
Both.
ones or the brown ones?
They're both kind of hyper. The women are less crazy. The men are a little bit more, you know.
So if they full blown peacock you, right, and I mean like get their wings all out, so you see all the beautiful colors, that means you're about to die.
I wouldn't say that. It's just when you go in there, no matter what, they could be like ready to go and show off their sexiness, you know, or they could be like hiding themselves and they're still gonna attack.
That's you.
Yeah. Yeah. They just don't like people. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you've been attacked by a peacock.
Oh, I've been
and lived to
attacked
tell
by
about it. Yeah. So
peacocks, turkeys.
have you seen your husband get attacked by a peacock? And is it not hilarious? Okay, good. I mean, yeah, it's scary, and I'm glad you're okay, but at the same time, that's got to be good footage.
Yeah, right.
It is. I mean, we should put that on our TikTok.
I'm telling you, if you want to get word out, the animal sanctuary owner who constantly gets attacked by his animals would be hilarious viral content.
Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, it's just Rose Ranch Animal Rescue on TikTok.
Okay. Rose Ranch Animal Rescue.
It's a long name, but it has a nice flair to it.
No, I love it. You know, and I will pull it up on TikTok. Before I do, though, let's talk about this comedy show that you have as a way to raise funds for your sanctuary here. So let me pull this up.
Yeah, so the show's called Talent Unleashed. We have a lot of different performers. We have comedians, we have a hypnotist, we have a belly dancer, a hula hoop artist, some comedians. I'm a magician, so I'm going to be hosting and performing throughout the event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, where's this event at?
So it's at a place called Groundworks. It's a fundraiser for the animal rescue and Groundworks. A little bit about Groundworks. They help youth get into learning to play instruments, singing. They have a recording studio. They have a venue to perform at. Yeah. They also do visual arts and have an art gallery as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, if I'm correct, they're a nonprofit as well, right?
Yep.
Yes. So, yeah, Groundworks has always been just a fantastic facility for those in performing arts, and they put on great shows all the time. So it's great that you are linking up with them to be able to put on this fundraiser show, which is literally a little bit of everything. You got a variety show going on. Do you have a golden buzzer? Are you going to be able to do that? Do you need any judges? Most of those people will get golden buzzers. Some people will get buzzed off the stage.
Well, so, you know, I have put on like fundraiser talent competitions.
Yeah.
But this one's just, you know, fun for the entire family to come out to and watch. Tickets pre-sale are only $15, but if you pay at the door, it's $5 more. So it's obviously a better deal to get them online at illusionistmichaelhowell.com.
Yeah.
We're also doing a raffle. The first prize we're raffling off is 5 piano lessons for one person.
Nice.
Deanna Campos. And then the next one is 5 oil changes. Integrity Auto donated those.
That's
Super
awesome.
Excited.
Yeah, dude, because, I mean, the oil changes could be like $50 a pop, dude. So, yeah, you're talking like $250 right there.
Yeah, and then the final one is from Chris Edwards at Tucson Appliance. It's a Mr.
Chris.
Fan. So super excited, super
He's a good
nice.
guy.
Yeah, but the Mr. Fan, as you get into summertime, because you know, like everything is going through the roof as far as cost, and so you know, electric bills. You just prepare, buckle up. You know, electric bills are going to be outrageous this year, and it's going to be hot. And I've honestly have looked into all various different options of like those single like air conditioned coolers or whatever.
Right.
But like a Mr. Fan is a way to kind of cool yourself down or put it outside and just sit there, get a tan, and just constantly spray yourself.
Right.
I picked it up. It's a really nice looking fan. It looks like it's a pretty expensive fan. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I got to enter this raffle. Raffle tickets are super cheap. They're $3 for one. Two tickets are $5. 5 tickets are 10 and 10 for 20. So
Let me ask this. As an expert in winning raffles, because you won the raffle, the Disneyland trip, our holiday company party, I noticed that you tore the ticket. Would you suggest that you tear the ticket if you're going to drop in a raffle?
I mean, that might be a good trick to it.
Nah,
There's a trick to everything.
There's a reason why an illusionist won the raffle, and I've done so many raffles where I tell people all the time, if you're gonna, enter in a raffle, you want to bend the raffle ticket, you want to tear it, you want to compromise it in some way to make it easier for them to blindly go in and grab it. It has to stick out, because if you just flatly put it in there, then what happens is it sticks to the other raffle tickets, and you can't separate them. So you want to be able to create the friction to be able to have that ticket be separated from the rest. Michael knew that.
And he did it, huh?
Yeah, and much to Mari's chagrin, because she wanted that Disneyland trip so much, he tore the ticket and he won the prize. And I'm like,
it makes
magician.
it worse because I'm brand new working here at the station too. So
And people felt really good for you because you had a very inspirational story behind it. You were bringing your mom to.
I'm taking my mom. Actually, we're going in July. I'm super excited.
Cool.
Yeah. Can't
So
wait.
people at first were like, "F this new guy," and then saw the joy and I'm taking my mom. They're like, All right.
She's
Okay,
older.
so mad.
Yeah.
She's older, disabled, and she's been wanting to go for several years. So
Yeah,
good for you, man.
that's
That's
what I'm
awesome.
saying. You can't feel bad
I
about
know,
it.
right?
Even Mari, who has a heart of gold, right? She wanted it so bad. She was mad. And then he told the story. And she's like, well, I'm glad he won. She left there feeling,
Not so bad.
there might
Yeah.
still be a few people that are a little frustrated, but it is what
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
not as good of a person. I want to go to Disneyland
know,
for
right?
free, man. But no, I'm happy for you. So yeah, this is all happening when again?
It's happening this Saturday, March 8th at 6:30. It's an early show, so people can get to bed if they go to bed at 8.
Absolutely, yeah. So okay, so it's about an hour and a half or something. So
It's almost a 2-hour show.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
a long show.
yeah, so it starts at 6:30. It's at the Groundworks, and again, all proceeds will benefit both Groundworks and the Rose Ranch Animal Rescue. You can get your tickets today for only $15 at Illusions. Illusions T. Michael.
It's
Howell?
illusionistmichaelhowell.com.
Of course, if I just
That's all right. We had a
Illusions
whiskey
T.
guy in a little bit ago, and he just
Del
reading
Bac.
and stuff.
illusionistmichaelhowell.com. I will repost that link on our YouTube page, youtube.com/bvegan under today's podcast broadcast. Michael, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
And keep up the great work. And I hope you enjoy that trip to Disneyland.
Will.
All right, that's all the time we have for the show, sadly. But we'll be back tomorrow with more tickets to give away for the Offspring. It'll be a ticket palooza, so make sure you tune in bright and early to start winning. And then until then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Yeah, it was the whiskey that. Yeah, not stick the
Trying to
landing
help
there.
you out there on that one.
I know.
That's hilarious. We give away here. We have bottles that look like that. So at first I thought it was one of those, but that's a fancier top than what we have here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to wrap up this. And thank you again, Michael. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for not making me